I'd like to point out some great features of Bohemia simulations, which Bohemia Interactive is an incredible company. And this is Virtual Battlespace 3. They now have Virtual Battlespace 4, but they're showing these are real world soldiers learning concepts that would otherwise have to be learned on the battlefield or in expensive training situations, and being able to utilize software in order to create the situation that they want from a commander's point of view, and then also being able to first person insert the soldiers themselves into the situation where they can um, go through multiple different kinds of scenarios, however they feel like creating the situation, and then figuring out how to navigate through problem areas. Anything that your creativity can think of, they can utilize this as a command group, as a squad group, as tactical information, as pre-training, pre-deployment training, different things. You can put the exact routes that people will have to travel with convoy, different kinds of expected problems, ways to handle those problems. The the list just goes on and on and on and on, and I'm just constantly more and more excited about where Bohemia is going with all of this. This is the neatest thing. Now, this is Virtual Battlespace 3, where they're able to take a certain map area and create the situation and however they want to do it. However, Virtual Battlespace 4 is a global system where the terrain can be wherever it is in the world. You can take data from basically taking a global situation, kind of like when you look at Google Maps or something like that. You're able to click on there and zoom down into some area. Well, something similar to that is able to be utilized and to create scenarios that are in the actual area with actual things that are actually there, so that you don't have to create all that stuff in a sense, and then also be prepared for how things are. And it is amazing. Um, Even in this one, Virtual Battlespace 3, which is the previous version, there's all kinds of different training and everything, and this has been utilized for 20 years, and it's just amazing what they're able to do with it, and how they're able to help soldiers save lives on the battlefield. There's there's in-depth combat medic training that can be done. There's in-depth convoy training that can be done. There's all kinds of vehicles, pilots, helicopters, fixed wing aircraft, drones. All the interfaces line up with actual real world information, and with a little bit of computer technology and and systems, soldiers are able to train utilizing things that they would normally not have the chance to look at, firsthand without being in battle somewhere. So being able to look at what you're going to be using as a gunner inside of a vehicle using a digital interface like this with the crosshairs, or expecting some close air support from pilots. Now you get multiple units, multiple groups of units training together. You can get close air support training and actual pilots flying vehicles that behave like actual vehicles that fly with actual weapons um, and similar types of ordnance, trajectories with the rounds. You could do BLM training, basic marksmanship. You can do all kinds of stuff, going in and out of buildings, breaching, going across pieces of land, making sure that you're always that depending on where you're expecting the enemy to be, that your head's not popped up somewhere, going up over a hill and getting ready to get shot off or something. You can tactically move. You can learn how to navigate in the night and in the day. When I say navigation, I mean there is a full array of the constellations in the sky that are that are well, you take a look at for yourself. I mean, you find the Big Dipper and you go and you find the North Star and you take your compass out. But there's also a difference between true north and grid north and compass north. And all of those things are a slight deviation in the map somewhere. Well, that can be a huge difference when you're trying to move somewhere when all you have is a map and a compass to move by. Yeah, there's GPS and all kinds of stuff like that. But what happens when all of a sudden, for some reason, the the satellites need to be brought down? Let's say that the situation is so important that they have to shut down the GPS in order to blind the enemy in a sense. Well, when you have a map and a compass, that's all you have to go on. And you can learn map and compass maneuvering and training, utilizing everything that you can imagine. They thought of it. And if they haven't thought of it, the cool thing is that Bohemia Interactive has also got a video game line called Arma, and Arma is uh, stands for Armed Assault, and basically allows uh, Arma 3 and Arma Reforger are the newest ones, and those are based off of VBS4 in a sense. Arma Reforger is the newest one, which includes console players. However, this is software that has always been open code, open source, and there are over 100,000 modifications by users